So now we have moved to basic body measurements. The importance of body measurements cannot be overemphasized. There is this joy when you make dress for a client and at the first fitting it's so perfect. They feel so happy. They believe in you that yes, you are the real deal. So now I'll be teaching us how to take an accurate body measurement basically. So we have the shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement is from your shoulder to another, the back cross shoulder. You might not see that very well, but this is it, from one shoulder to another. So we have another one, the bust round measurement. Taking the bust round measurement, you need to be firm. Your tape rule needs to be firm on the fullest part of the bust. Make sure it's not slack at the back. Make sure it's not slack at the back so that it will be accurate. Can you see that? Your bust point is the fullest part of your boobs. So the next thing, okay, talking about bust measurement, there is what is called bust point to bust point measurement. Some people call it nipple to nipple measurements though. So bust point, from that point that is the fullest part to the other one. You can see this is 7 inches. So talking about bust measurements, another important measurement is from the shoulder to the bust point. So next on our measurements is waist. We have different type of waist, but as a beginner, what you really need is just the entire waist, what most people refer to as half length. So for the entire waist, you measure from your shoulder, come to your under bust. Please, when you are measuring your under bust, you don't come like this. You make sure you let your tape rule go below the boobs, underneath the boobs. Then you continue to measure your entire waist. When you're measuring it, you let your client tilt a little if you're able to measure the client. But perhaps the measurement was sent and you just want to figure out where the entire waist should be. It's usually +3. That's an average. It might vary, but that's an average. So that is that. Then for the hip measurements, measure your hip on the fullest part of the hip. This is a mannequin, so it's hard to tell, but on your human figure, you measure on the fullest part. And be careful of your finger. Once you put your hand inside your tape rule while measuring, it might add to the measurement. You can see what I did. I didn't put my hand inside. So for the skirt measurement, depends on where the skirts will start from, if it's a high waist skirt or what have you. So you measure straight down for your skirt measurement. And for the sleeve length, you come from the shoulder joint and you measure your sleeve. You tell your clients to bend their hand, not so that it will fit regardless of the position of their hand. And again, we have the sleeve round. When you're measuring the sleeve round, you start from the fullest part of the arm, you come down. In fact, you can take like 4 parts to make it so fitted and nice, so that you don't just assume that this is the fullest part or something. So try and take the measurements. Like I always tell my students, measurements can be too much. It's better you take enough measurements when you have your clients working than now get stranded while you're making the dress. So that is that. Measurements are divided into 3 basic parts. Professionally, we have the girth measurements, we have the length measurements, and we have the width measurements. So all this falls under those measurements. So that's it. Thank you.